What's going on, y'all? Still recovering from my leg, but we getting there. I feel like I'm 90%, but we'll be getting there soon. But anyway, so today we got something brand new. We are back in the world of UFC. Now I'm trying to think how many UFC videos I've done. I want to say 2, maybe 3. But I can't even remember what they were off the top of my head. It's been that long. But this is before and after fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, I am a UFC fan. Now, I won't say I'm the biggest fan. I won't say that I am a lifer. That I've been watching my whole life. I am kind of a groupie in a sense that I only watch the big fights, but I am a fan. You know what I mean? I probably know more than the average groupie, but at the end of the day, I'm still a groupie. You know what I mean? I could go to a UFC event and not be a complete noob, but I would still be a noob. Anyway, so I do know Khabib. I think I only watched one fight. I saw 2 fights. I saw the Conor fight, and I saw who didn't, right? I feel like the whole world watched that fight. The build up and promotion to that fight, insane. To date, still one of the craziest build ups in combat in any sport history. I mean, crazy. And his last one. Now, I'm blanking on who his last fight was against. It was against the guy that just got knocked out by Tony Ferguson. But I don't know why I can't think of his name. And I really like him. He's in that lightweight, welterweight division. I cannot think of his freaking name. What is his name? The guy that Tony just knocked out in the last second. Justin Gaethje. I believe that was his last fight, right? Khabib. I think that was Khabib's last fight. Now again, while I do know Khabib, I'm familiar with him. Again, compared to probably the more inquisitive or even just the average UFC fighter fan, I probably don't know anything at all. So y'all know we do research here. And again, I know a good amount about Khabib, but let's kind of get a refresher and let's see if we can get a little bit more information. So here we go. Khabib, I'm not going to try his middle name. Nurmagomedov is a Russian. See, right there. I didn't know Khabib was from Russia. I thought he was from no disrespect, but a country that had Stan at the end. Not Afghanistan, but it was Hagagistan. It was something Stan. I didn't know he was from Russia. Okay, so already learning something I didn't know. A former professional mixed martial artist who competed in the lightweight division of the UFC. He was the longest reigning UFC lightweight champion ever, having held the title from April 2018 to March 2021. With 29 wins and no losses, he retired with an undefeated record. Nurmagomedov is widely considered to be among the greatest mixed martial artists of all time and was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame on June 30th, 2022. Yo, it's crazy, bro. He's 35 now, but he's been inactive for 3 years. And when you see how John Jones is still fighting and how, I feel like because of where we are with medicine and knowledge and the body, you see LeBron James in his 22nd season this upcoming year. More than ever before, guys are lasting into their late 30s. And the fact that he's 35, everyone knows that he retired prematurely. I do know why he retired, so it's nothing but respect. But when you just think about what his record could have been at 29-0, like if Khabib fought twice a year, with like his record would be like 36 and like that's crazy. Anyway, a 2-time world champion in combat sambo. I have no idea what that is. Combat sambo. A martial art with Soviet origins, an international practice combat sport, and a recognized style of amateur wrestling. Gotcha. Nurmagomedov has a background in wrestling, judo, and sambo. Nurmagomedov was ranked number 1 in the UFC men's pound-for-pound ranking at the time of his retirement until being removed following his title vacation in March 2021. Fight Matrix ranks him as the number 1 lightweight of all time. In 2019, Forbes ranked him number 1 most successful Russian athlete. Nurmagomedov was also topped the list of the 40 most successful Russian show business and sports personalities under 40. Wow. He is also a mixed martial arts trainer and promoter, known for founding Eagles MMA and promoting the Eagle Fighting Championship. After retirement, he transitioned to being a full-time coach and cornerman before retiring from the sport completely in January 2023. Oh, wow. I did not know that. I thought he was still coaching somebody. Throughout his career, Nurmagomedov has become the subject of many controversies, including a long-standing affiliation with China's leader Ramzan Kadyrov, questionable affiliations with oligarchs, advocacy for increased cultural censorship, and misogynism. Gotcha. Okay, I did not know all of that. Well, again, a good portion of this I knew, a good portion I didn't. So, nicknamed the Eagle. Dagestan. Okay. I didn't know that was in Russia. A Republic of Russia situated in the North Caucasus of Eastern Europe. Okay. Damn, bro, that's crazy. 29 wins, no losses, bro. Crazy. Well, this is before and after fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, I'm almost certain, I mean, it's in the thumbnail, him and Conor. I mean, again, that build-up is, to date, the craziest build-up to any fight I've ever seen. Like, I feel like everybody had to watch that fight. And then when you see how that fight ended, and then what happened after the fight, like, it was just crazy. Crazy, bro. And speaking of Conor, is he ever going to fight again? But anyway. So I know that's going to be it here. But everybody else, I really don't know Khabib. That was kind of like a thing. Khabib like wasn't much of a trash talker. So I'm really intrigued to know who trash talked him outside of Conor. And we know they lost. I mean, he's undefeated. So anyway, this should be fun. Let's watch it.
I told you guys. We're gonna make him humble.
Fight fans, welcome back.
You're a phony, a fake.
Last year, GSP said there were 3 types of people in combat sports: the fighters, the athletes, and the artists. But with a relentless work ethic, insane natural ability, and dominance in all areas, the choice regarding Russia's undisputed lightweight king isn't so straightforward.
He's so strong.
Now enjoying retirement, we retrace the legacy of a humble champion that never lost, never bled, and was never visibly hurt inside the octagon.
That's how good Khabib Nurmagomedov is.
Something in a sport as unpredictable as mixed martial arts that speaks for itself.
You wanna fight? Come here. Inside the cage, come.
Here we look at opponents before and after fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
Because this is #1 easy fight in lightweight division.
16-0 is the mixed martial arts record, and he's just 23 years old.
10 years ago, the Russian signed the dotted line, entering the UFC's lightweight roster on a 6-fight deal.
Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Trujillo.
Straying under the radar, he picked up his first handful of victories, dragging his opponents the distance, but crunching, mauling, and slamming them in the process.
UFC record 21 takedowns.
With an ever-evolving style, Khabib would beat Rafael dos Anjos, his first top 5 opponent, without losing a single round.
Look how aggressive this kid is. I just want to see who's got the style to handle this guy.
Some were convinced, others not so much. But everybody had started to take notice.
I think he's a little amateur. I think that he needs a little work.
Khabib Nurmagomedov, before you were here, he's already in the press room somewhere telling everybody that'll listen, hey, he's undefeated, he deserves to be next. Is he what you think should be next?
Hey, if they want him next, give him a shot. I'm ready.
It would be 2 years later, following a series of freak knee injuries, that Khabib would finally be back in action.
You're fat, you're slow, you have no rhythm. I can't wait to shut your face with my hand. I'm gonna knock you out.
Unfortunately, Tony Ferguson pulled out, facing health issues of his own.
Still kind of a hard pill to swallow.
Leaving Pennsylvanian Daryl the Saint Horcher with the opportunity of a lifetime.
Here, UFC give me fight versus Tony. 16 April, I'm here. Where's Tony? Tony's pull out? Please, shut up. I have fight, Daryl Horcher. I have to focus this guy.
I don't think you can stand with me. There's nobody on the planet who can stand with me. All I do is touch you. Whether we're on the ground or we're standing up, that's all it takes.
Obviously, there was better matchups that we could have on 9 days' notice than Khabib himself, but he's just a man. They're all the same.
I have no idea who this guy is.
At the 160-pound catchweight,
And I can't believe Tony
was a
pulled out.
huge underdog.
What happened with Tony?
And as the fight unraveled, it became more and more apparent why.
Big shots. Horcher's got to protect himself.
I'm going to touch him and he's not going to like my power. And that's the just of it.
This could easily be stopped. 7-0 in the UFC.
Though with an embrace and show of respect, it was a night that highlighted the more amicable side of mixed martial arts.
I came up short in my debut.
Tough guy. What he did tonight, no one won.
You fight the #1 guy in the division on 8-day notice. I lost 25 pounds in 7 days. I came off the couch. I hadn't trained in months. This was my real debut.
The guy's an animal. I truly think he...
Excuse me? 25 pounds in 7 days? Bro, that is so unhealthy. It's not even funny. 25 pounds? I don't even know how you would be able to keep your arms up. Or legs. 25 pounds in 7 days.
The best lightweight in the world.
With Eddie Alvarez sidestepping Khabib in exchange for Red Panty Night.
You're blessed that I chose to whoop your next.
It was another tough, quick, and confident American that would take his place.
I'm about to go celebrate with my team in the back, and we're getting ready for soon. I went on that New York card. Anybody, let's go.
First of all, I have to beat Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson already beat Tony Ferguson, Barboza, a lot of tough guys. It's not easy fight.
Tony aside, Michael Johnson was the only man calling out Khabib and labeling him as one-dimensional.
I'm here to take care of business. I'm here to fight. I'm here to get a win, and that's all it is. I don't think we're gonna see a new Khabib. We haven't seen him progress his game at all. I hope he tries to test it out on me Saturday. I'm looking forward to that one.
Whilst Johnson too deserves credit for stepping up to the plate, his fate was no less brutal.
It almost seems like they're shocked at how strong he is.
Listen, that is pounding Michael Johnson. I go to smash your boy. Make no mistake.
Talking to him in the process, the Eagle swept him up, dropped him, and then drowned him.
Я мог ему сломать руку, я ему 2-3 раза говорил, чтобы он сдался. Аккуратно делал. Потому что этот болевой, который, если она ломается, она больше не восстанавливается, эта рука прежняя.
What a display of dominance.
Both men showed respect in the aftermath. But Khabib's focus quickly switched to the lightweight title, and one man in particular.
I did see that clip. I have seen that clip where Khabib is literally telling Michael. I didn't know that was Michael Johnson. But literally, you know I deserve this. You know it's over. You must stop. It's like his accent. He almost talks like a robot, but it's like it's so sincere. Like he's just beating this guy into a pulp, and he's like, "You must stop. You have to let go. You must quit." I'm like, oh, it's like, dude, that's crazy. Like literally punching on somebody and telling them you gotta quit. That's crazy. But I did not know that was Michael Johnson. All this time I've seen that clip, I never knew that was Michael Johnson. I am somewhat familiar with him. I didn't know he beat Tony Ferguson. I gotta watch that fight.
I wanna fight with your chicken because this is #1 easy fight in lightweight division.
I think I deserve this, but this is up to main event. Because if Conor win, of course he no take this fight.
Who presented the toughest challenge in your opinion?
I mean, that's got to be Khabib. I mean, come on. I mean, he's just.
Khabib would get his shot at the lightweight strap in early 2018, but 5 months prior, it was Edson Barboza that would look to halt the Russian's route to the top.
Khabib, I know he's a true fighter, but Conor, I prefer don't talk about him because he's not a true fighter.
On the back of 3 convincing wins, Barboza jumped at his chance to face the very best.
The 2 best lightweights in the world fighting, you know. He definitely one of the best, one of the best, and that's making me very excited for this fight.
The fight itself felt like a slow, brutal execution.
You know, Jordan in his prime, you just can't cover the guy. It's almost like he's the only one on the court. Yeah. Nurmagomedov, it was like he was the only one in the cage.
Dominance by Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Fight of the night, and a reminder of just how good Khabib really was.
What does make him so special?
Everybody know his game. Everybody know his game plan. And nobody can stop him. I think definitely one of the best of all the time in the lightweight.
Now, if UFC give me 1 hour rest, I can fight one more time with Conor or Tony. That's no problem.
Nah, Khabib looked terrible in that fight. He's just barreling down, coming straight forward like a tank. You know, I got a little more style than I got a little more.
I think it's a bit vain, but Khabib, because I'm probably his biggest fan in the UFC. So
you really think he looked terrible in that fight?
Khabib?
Yeah, some 10-8.
The man looked the same that he did a couple years ago.
After another Tony Ferguson injury, coupled with some replacement drama,
they looked at me, and they said, "You don't look good. You can't do it." That's all that happened, and it walked off.
It was Al Iaquinta, a former championship wrestler with fantastic takedown defense, who'd be up next with a chance to snatch the vacant lightweight title.
You'd have to pay me $2 million to fight, or $1 million to fight Khabib. I don't want to fight that guy. You see what happened to Barboza? What, nuts?
They're getting beat up to the point where they want out, and that's something that you're never going to see with me. So
this week they asked me fight with 5 different guys. If you can bring King Kong and he can make 155, let's go.
The New Yorker's takedown defense and awareness was indeed on point.
That was very intriguing was the fact that Iaquinta was able to get back up.
Unfortunately for him, this was the night we found that Khabib's striking had improved greatly.
Khabib was hitting his opponent and not getting hit back.
Iaquinta's performance drew a lot of praise, supposedly laying the blueprint to beat the Russian.
He's cool, calm under pressure. He got out of it, and then he was like, all right, that's it. Now I'm going to kill you.
But with the American referring to him as a monster post-fight, it was still going to take something otherworldly to stop him.
Now I want to fight with George St. Pierre in New York, Madison Square Garden. Hey!
He's good in certain positions.
Whoa! I didn't know Khabib said that. He wanted to fight GSP? I did not know this. Oh wow. Khabib called out GSP. That's crazy. And I feel like, was this around the time when GSP came back for like the 1 or 2 fights? I don't know the timeline here. Cause again, Khabib, like, I don't know why, but it's like I did not really know about him until the Conor fight. Like, I knew about him, but it was like, I don't know if it was like he just wasn't, I don't know. it's like clearly the UFC didn't think his style was like that entertaining, because it was like his fights wasn't pushed to the front until the Conor fight. At least for me. So like these fights, all of these fights up to this point, I haven't seen a single one of them. I've only seen 2 fights of Khabib. I think I saw the Dustin Poirier fight. I think that was Dustin. Did Dustin fight Khabib? I know for sure I saw Conor and I saw Justin Gaethje. Those are the only 2 I saw for sure. But I feel like I saw a Dustin Poirier fight as well. But yeah, man, it's like, I don't know. That's crazy. He called out GSP.
Amazing at, and he's also amazing at getting to the positions that he's amazing at.
Hey, good job.
Send a message, hey, come here, this place, and that's it.
Thus far in his career, Khabib's grace and humility had repelled the majority of bad blood or trash talk. However, as we know, this was all about to change.
I am going to truly love putting a bad beating on this little glass jaw rat. You tap 3-4 times. You tap 4 times.
So what? I'll tap your head off the
like
canvas,
chicken.
kid.
With both men's personalities amplified under the spotlight, this really was the ultimate good guy versus bad guy showdown.
You'll never beat the Irish. You will never beat the Irish. Same. It will be the biggest fight in history.
Fight fans were still pinching themselves as the two made the walk to the octagon.
This is not Eddie Alvarez or Jose Aldo. This is a completely different fighter. If you want to stop it, you have to kill me.
But for the Irishman, the dream slowly turned into a nightmare.
Conor's getting lit up.
He begged me, please, don't kill me, you know.
Khabib brought his best to the octagon, which was shortly followed by his worst.
I couldn't believe my eyes while it was happening.
Oh no, total chaos here.
A bittersweet ending to the sport's highest-grossing pay-per-view.
Conor gets a hard time about his cardio all the time, but who has Khabib faced that didn't look like that after 2 rounds?
I just misinterpreted his efficiency. He was very efficient and he took shots well.
A lot of people have been asking me questions like, where do I see weaknesses in Khabib's game, or where do I think he makes mistakes? And I don't really need him to be weak for me to be strong, you know. I don't need huge glaring holes. I'm going to create them.
What are your plans as champion?
I just want to mold people. This is what I want to do. I'm going to wrestle with him all night.
Jeez, look at his ear, man. I swear, all fighters have that, what they call it, cauliflower ear, whatever they call it. Jeez. Yeah, bro, that Conor fight, I mean, fam. And I didn't know he was begging him, don't kill. I did see the one clip. I forgot what round they were in, but they were, like, Conor's back was on the cage. Khabib was leaning on him. And you could, like, microphone clearly picked it up. Conor said, it's just business. And then walked off. And Khabib was about to say something, but I don't think they picked it up. But I remember that. But the please don't kill me, I definitely didn't hear that. But that's crazy. I don't put it past them. I don't put it past. I mean, that was a mauling. What Khabib did versus Conor, like, that was bad. That was, whew. But so he did fight Dustin. So I do feel like I've seen this fight.
Tyrant and make him tap. This is my plan.
A year later,
I actually remember this being a good
scenes
fight.
of his career behind him.
He's going right at Dylan Dennis.
Khabib's attention turned to another man who was tearing through the lightweight division.
Dana, Sean.
I love Dustin, man.
Let's go.
I heard his last
Poirier
fight.
didn't
He
bring
said
the
he
drama
contemplated
like
retirement.
Conor, but as an all-rounder,
He deserves
with
it if he
game-changing
does, but I
power,
love Dustin.
It was a clash that lit up the imagination in equal measure.
I'm going to make something special happen September 7th in Abu Dhabi. I'm going to shock the world.
We saw a more cautious version of Dustin in Abu Dhabi.
You have to push him back a little, and we haven't really seen that out of anybody yet because they're so worried about the speed of that shot.
And ultimately, despite having success of his own, He was overpowered and submitted in the third.
Nurmagomedov under the chin, there's the tap! They know what he wants to do, they can't stop it.
Red man here with good people.
A great show of respect capped off another of the lightweight division's hottest showdowns.
If anything adversity's taught me in the past, is when times are good, be grateful. And when times like this, be graceful.
And his feet are like hands, like his foot sweeps and the way he breaks you down, it's good, man. He's good. So good.
You know, people know who both of these guys are. They know what they're both capable of, and that's why this fight is so big.
Going to cause him some serious issues in there. He's not going to be able to do what he wants when he wants.
In a promise to his family, Fight Island would be the last time we saw Khabib defend his crown and unbeaten record.
I was born and I was bred and I was raised to do this, and I will do it till the wheels fall off. When he's on his feet, I will be causing massive damage to his legs, to his body, and his face.
An elite wrestler, a devastating striker, and a man with newfound composure, Justin Gaethje was considered the man with the best chance of dethroning the champion.
He should be afraid. Gaethje should be afraid of the takedown, which he will be.
And with one of the most exciting styles in the game, no trash talk was necessary.
Everyone knows it's the best fight at 155 pounds, and we are finally
He
here.
pointed at him and said, "You have jet lag."
During the fight?
During the fight. He said, "You have jet lag." He said, Gaethje said, "No, I don't," and hit him with a left hook and an uppercut.
Oh, left hook up top from Gaethje.
Though, what was supposed to be the roughest, toughest night's work of Khabib's career
Nurmagomedov throws a flying
is
knee.
made to look like another day at the office.
Shows Justin Gaethje to sleep.
He does things to world-class guys that makes you just confused.
Khabib told his own corner to quiet down as the fight ended, which speaks for itself, and Gaethje's humble response and defeat might even have gained him more fans than a victory.
Don't want to imagine, what he was going through. But as soon as the fight was over, I went up and told him that he just made his father so proud. And it was he did.
As we look below the video, we see the team.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's the definition of just being great. Like, this video really reminds me of the Larry Bird video and the Michael Jordan, where it's like these guys are going to tell you. In Khabib's case, he didn't have to tell you. Like, you know what he does. You know what he is best at. It's wrestling. Like, and he's gonna tell you what he's gonna do. Like, you know what he's gonna do. There is no secret. Now, again, as I think it was the whose fight did they say his striking got better? The one of the guys that I said I didn't know, but it was clear, like, oh, his strike, even with Conor, I think it was the second round or third round where Khabib caught Conor with like some crazy roundhouse hook, and it was like, oh, like Khabib not just dominating on the ground, like he landed something clean, something that hurt Conor. But it's like, he's gonna wrestle. That's it. And it's nothing you could do about it. With the Larry Bird stories, him telling defenders, look, I'm gonna go to the right corner, I'm gonna post up, I'm gonna do a fadeaway 3. That's what I'm about to do right now in this next possession. And like, it's nothing the defender could do about it. You know what I mean? Like, crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, man. Khabib was something special. It's really sad that he went away, but I actually prefer those type of retirements over the sport having to retire you, i.e. somebody like, I don't want to say Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva is my favorite mixed martial artist of all time. I know a lot of people have GSP, Khabib, John Jones. John Jones is number 2 for me. But Anderson Silva, I mean, his what, 13 win streak or whatever it was, I just don't think we've seen anything like it and never will. And even if we do, the way Anderson Silva was beating people, it was just crazy. He won in literally every single way you could win a fight, in every single way. But saying all of that, Khabib, just everybody knowing what you're going to do and they have no answer for it. And then, like Joe Rogan said, like, these are world-class fighters. These are the best of the best. We're talking about Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Conor. Like, these are the best. And he's walking through them. Like, he's not losing rounds. That's another thing with Khabib. It wasn't like he's not like a Gervonta Davis in boxing, right? Like, Gervonta Davis, he loses a lot of rounds. He gets hit a lot. Khabib, like, dudes celebrate when they land something clean on them. Like, dudes celebrate if they could win 30 seconds of a round. Like, Khabib he wasn't losing rounds, nonetheless losing fights. You know what I mean? Like, crazy. Just absolutely crazy, man. I know it's kind of like a running joke, like Dana, like anytime he see Khabib, like he begs him to come back. And shout out to Khabib, because I'm sure a lot of money was thrown his way, a lot of great opportunities were thrown his way, and he stuck true to his word, to his family. I do remember hearing that a lot in the commentary of the Justin Gaethje fight. He's retiring. He promised his father, you know. So shout out to Khabib, man. But just an animal, just an absolute animal, a freak of nature, man. That just we didn't appreciate until he was gone. And that's why, you know, I tell people all the time, especially in the world of sports, you gotta appreciate these guys while they're here, because sports, unlike music and other forms of entertainment, you know, you got 80-year-old, you know, Smokey Robinson is out here shucking and jiving and opening his shirt like he 20-something, and he could do that to the day he died. In sports, your window is very short. Your 20s, your 30s, if you're LeBron James, maybe your 40s, right? But like, that's really your window, and once it's done, it's done. There is no trying to come and do it. Like, once you're done, it's done. So in Khabib's case, the fact that he got out too early, you definitely won't want to leave too early, but definitely not too late. But if you had to pick, you definitely want to get out too early. So the fact that he got out too early, but he made a boatload of money, hell of a career, a Hall of Famer. Again, this is why you gotta appreciate guys while they're here. So shout out to Khabib. Shout out to the person that requested this. I was really excited once I saw the request. I was like, oh, a UFC request, you know. So I jumped right on it. So I'm always down to do some sports and UFC and anything. Y'all just let me know, man. I'm definitely excited. This was great. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how y'all felt about the video. Until next time, peace.